And we are coming to you live from the Sepulveda Basin Sports Complex for some UPSL soccer playoffs. It is the semifinals between San Fernando Valley FC and Montclair Academy, two teams that are battling each other off here into the way to the playoffs. And we'll see after a great win last week for San Fernando Valley. It's going to be a great one today.
Yeah, San Fernando's struggled the first half of the first game of the playoffs. They really were struggling for the first, almost some part of the second half, but then they finally were able to get one in, and then they came in like clockwork. Today they're facing a team that I don't think they played against them before.
No,
So it's going
no.
to be an interesting match. They look pumped to get this thing started. And San Fernando with a couple of injuries and one major absence for the team. We'll talk about them later. But as things begin to get rolling here in a couple minutes.
Yeah, we'll see how both these teams score up, but either way, it's going to be a battle. Like you said last week, it was tough for these two teams to go at one another just because of what the playoffs entail, right? It's a tough matchup either way. It was a victory regardless for San Fernando Valley, but Montclair is going to go ahead and look to bring everything they have to go ahead and punch the ticket into the final. Folks, my name is Jose Duran. I'm alongside Francisco Barboza. It should be a great one here for us tonight. Great weather, hopefully permitting as well. But like you mentioned, we were speaking earlier how that affects the teams in the long run, and that affected 88-30 last week too.
Yeah, and something that we had been praising about San Fernando was their ability to switch players from the bench. This time, because of injuries, because of other stuff that's been going on behind the scenes, they've had to dig in through some of the academy players. So something that they had been able to do well, which was the player rotation. Now they're having to dig deep into their academy players to get a good starting squad. So let's see how that plays out for them. But it's part of a team when they go into the long distance of a season. Let's see if they can overcome that and make it to the next round. Against a team, like I said, they're looking pumped. We're watching them during the pre warm ups, and they look like they're ready. But I mean, that's what 88-30 looked last week, too. And then eventually this heat gets to you. The weather playing a major role. I mean, if you've been watching the World Cup, you've been seeing all the hydration breaks, and they're doing them for a reason. Let's see how teams at this level can deal with that when there's no hydration break.
Yeah, we'll see how they match up here on a great sunny day in the Sepulveda Basin Sports Complex, the home of San Fernando Valley FC, as they would look for everything that it takes to go ahead and make their way into the next round. And look at the starting lineup briefly as we have goalkeeper Vaughn, as well as the captain in the back, number 4, Rich Manayan, Art with number 5, Arson number 15, Kevin Areola number 6. Again, talking about these substitutions and movements that coach for San Fernando Valleys have had to make. Ozzy Toga, number 18. Beto Rodriguez, number 21. Cristo Deras, number 10. Andreas Artemi, number 17. Andre Morris, number 22. And Zurich coming in as number 7. So a lot of changes, a lot of movements, but it's going to be a interesting matchup here without a doubt. Just about ready to go. Officials are getting everything ready to get this game underway, as it's one of two, as the LA Soul Athletics are facing on Long Beach City FC over at Jesse Owens Stadium later today. So eyeballs all over the UPSL soccer as the playoffs are well underway. But specifically for our sake here, the LA Soul Athletics and Long Beach City FC looking to go ahead and see who is going to be making their way to ticket into the final. And because of seeding, right? If the LA Soul Athletics win, and if San Fernando, whoever wins on this teams, they'll theoretically will be heading over to face the LA Soul Athletics. Now, if Long Beach City pulls an upset, then one of these two teams will be hosting their home game if and only if they win here tonight. As the referee blows the whistle, we are officially underway here. First 45 minutes of this first semifinal of the evening between San Fernando Valley FC, the team in the black shorts with white top and green shades, against a Montclair Academy team playing with light blue and all in black. Montclair, a team that finished the regular season with 7-5 record, so 2 games above five, 2 wins over 500. And as we see first, Andre Morris making pressure, putting it on there and up in the air, and Rich Renee is going to hit this one on top. Pop back down. One briefly by Montclair, back to Morris. He goes in further back here with Art. Renee has control of it. The first couple of seconds of it, San Fernando have had complete control of the game so far in this one. Thank you so much for joining us, folks. It's a great Saturday afternoon here in the San Fernando Valley. Great turn there by Andreas. Tries to send Zurich. Flag does go up now. Tight, 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 but offside's called by the official.
First minutes of the game, they're both fighting for possession of the ball. It's something we see a lot of teams try to fight San Fernando here at home, but then quickly realize that this heat, the heat from the field itself, is not something to play with. But nevertheless, they're trying to get momentum here, and here they come with their first attack on goal.
Ball on the attack is on goal, and it's deflected for a first corner kick of the afternoon. It's going to be for Montclair. Something that teams definitely want to do if visiting here. The Basin is putting San Fernando Valley on their toes early. That's one of the first times you see here that we have an opportunity here for the visiting side. But not before the official is going to have a word with a couple of players in the box trying to hover over Vaughn. Referee blows his whistle. Ball's going to be crossed in. Headed away, but for a goal kick. The first knock on goal was for Montclair. Good
And as you
looking
see here,
opportunity.
the replay, he has a mark, he gets a header, but it goes nowhere near the goal. But first try of the game, like you said, Montclair really trying to take the ball away from San Fernando, something that's not easy for teams to do here uh, at the Basin. Although we did see some of the same tactics apply last week with 88-30. We were able to take the ball away from San Fernando in the first few minutes.
And here they come once again. Great turn by number 29. Now crosses it towards the middle and brought down very well, nicely by Cristo. And now the referee's going to blow a whistle, set foul in favor of San Fernando. 0-0 the scoreline here, still early on in the first half, but the intensity is there of a semifinal game. While it opened up looking for Morris, was too far away. And the further it goes 0-0, the more it's going to benefit this Montclair team. Ball back in play. Pressure put in mounted by San Fernando, deflected off of a Montclair player. Is going to be a throw in here, taken care of by Kevin Areola, one of the new faces we have here for San Fernando on the lineup. Stolen away. Great turn. Ball booked back in time for Montclair. They're trying to regroup in the back and trying to absorb as much as the pressure they've had so far in these first couple of minutes and see if they could get something going from the defensive side. early on here. You're watching San Fernando Valley FC soccer via Fútbol. My name is Jose Duran, alongside Francisco Barboza. Deflected out of bounds, so we're gonna have a throw in here from Montclair. So first couple of minutes, and Montclair's been on the attack as well.
On the attack and with possession of the ball. San Fernando just holding back with some pressure, but not fully trying to commit to it. They're okay with Montclair holding the ball and just waiting in the back, holding for them to possibly get tired. That's something we've seen San Fernando be okay with their last two, 3 games, where they allow the team to.
Great opportunity, and it goes straight to the goalkeepers, but they keep knocking. Long ball here. See if it gets through defensively, but very well in the back. Timed by the Montclair Academy defender there. But the first clear opportunities on goal have been on the Montclair side.
Yeah, they're comfortable with the ball. And as I was mentioning, San Fernando's okay with them holding the ball. They're not putting too much pressure on them yet. But it's obvious what they're trying to do is let them have some initiative of the balls, bring down some of that intensity that the Montclair side has shown in the first few minutes, and then sort of with one, two, three passes, jump the line as we see here, and try to get some of their quick attackers up there to make a difference in the counter attack.
And here comes Morris with that quick attack, trying to get through the defender of Montclair, but nothing coming out of it. And so far in these first 6, 7 minutes of the game, it's been a shaky start for San Fernando as they've given the ball in possession to Montclair. Ball cleared away. Back in the middle. See if Beto Rodriguez gets there first. He does. He turns. Referee says play on. Trying to send it through ball. It goes off of Montclair player, which is why the referee says play on. Ball looking up top, trying to find Andreas, but he commits a foul, and it's going to be a free kick in favor of Montclair.
A very soft foul there for me. Looked like got the ball. Couldn't avoid the contact, but the sideline referee says it's a foul.
Referees. So far, I mean, games we cover, they've been great. And on top of all the calls, it's going to be a physical game here for semifinal. Ball on top, Richmond Hagen able to head this one over to his goalkeeper who gets this without any issues. So 0-0 still the score line here. 8 minutes gone by in the first half. So nothing to show for either of these teams. And they're on a lock dead tie. Ball up top looking for Arnemu, and they open it up for Zurich. Pick up San Fernando Valley looking to get an opportunity going for them on the attack. Morris, back heel pass looking for Zurich. It goes too far. Defended very well there by number 2. Still pushing forward. Ball goes out of bounds, so we're going to have a throw in a dangerous position for San Fernando.
Two teams with two very similar styles of play, and it looks like they're okay exchanging blows in these first 8 minutes. One attacks, the other defends. Then the other team gets the ball, they attack, and then they defend. So it's because of
It's entertaining. Back and forth, without a doubt. 0-0 the score line, and it's UPSL soccer semifinals here. They bring it back into play, and it's stolen away, and the referee's in the call of foul. Just a brief talk here with the San Fernando Valley player.
yeah. So two teams that are very good with the ball on their feet, but are okay if they don't have it on their feet. Two teams that are very structurally very similar with similar types of players as well. Guys with great technique in the midfield and speedsters on on the far sides of their lineups that like to have the ball, take a guy out, come back in, take a shot, or look for the pass. Very, very similar styles of play, and let's see. It's going to come down to individual effort, it seems, especially this far into the playoffs now, with no team wanting to make a mistake that can cost them the season. It's going to be a locked-in game in middle. For now, they've been exchanging one attacking, one defending, and they switch roles. But as time passes and frustration kicks in and exhaustion, let's see who can handle that pressure a lot better and make that slight difference or make a mistake too. We've seen a lot of these games in the World Cup too, or teams that are so similar, but it comes to whoever makes the least amount of mistakes that ends up getting the victory.
Yeah, so far everything's been tight. All the passes have been on point, but you're right. Any mistake will lead to a 1-0 lead, and even if it's a mental mistake or a tactic mistake, it all plays in here for the playoffs. Great move, turn here, and opportunity for Cristo. He gets away from one. He gets away from the defender. Now the referee says it's all body. Play on, says the official. Ball back up, played defensively. It was all good play. It was a great recovery on the defensive side by the Montclair player. Skisto has gone and had gotten his body ahead of him, but here comes Montclair trying to send the through ball here, and he gets it very beautifully through. Keeper off his line and a goal. Goal. Scored by Montclair, but a great pass leads to that goal, and it's 1-0 from the visiting side.
Yeah, great ball, great through ball to the attacker. I think, in my opinion, the goalie comes up too fast. Doesn't see that his defender's still battling with the attacker. Makes the attack easier for the attacker, who just moves the ball to his side, puts it on the corner, and it's 1-0 for Montclair. But great pass by the Montclair midfielder. Great finish by the attacker, but with some responsibility for the goalkeeper.
Yeah, unfortunate there for the San Fernando Valley as the ball is perfectly placed. But you're right. I mean, goalkeeper maybe holds off his line there. It gives another defensive opportunity. Nonetheless, it's 1-0 in favor of Montclair to go back and forth game in these first 12 minutes, but it's all Montclair on the scoreline as they have gotten up to a 1-0 lead here.
And this is the third game in a row where we see San Fernando go down. First one happened in the last game of the season against the first place team. Now they went 1-0 down last week in their first playoff game against 88-30, and now here today against Montclair. They've been able to come up from that scoreline twice, except for the last game of the season where we're defeated by the number one seed team in their division. So they've been in this territory before. They've been able to manage this type of scoreline before and come back from it. Let's see how they can do it now. It's really early on still in the game. Still a lot to go here in the first half and still the second half to come. But not ideally how you want to start a playoff game, especially one that's this competitive.
Yeah, at home as well, and uh, you're finding yourself battling. It's always difficult. But yeah, you mentioned San Fernando has faced the adversity and have been able to come on top. There's absolutely, definitely plenty of time here, but the clock is ticking, and here's another opportunity here looking for Montclair forward in the air. Areola bouncing for it. Morris as well. Referee says no foul. Giving goal when goes right back in front of San Fernando Valley bench. Play on, says the officials. As they try to go ahead and get some space, and the official calls the foul. We'll have a free kick in favor of Montclair as they're looking to extend the lead, a 2-0 lead now, because way more difficult for San Fernando to manage.
We were mentioning earlier that one mistake can make the difference here, and that mistake came from San Fernando. think the goalie rushed a little too quick off his line, made it a lot easier for the attacker, and that has the score 1-0 in favor of Montclair.
And they're looking to get another opportunity here. One, two, three, four, five Montclair players in the box. Ball up, crossed, and we'll have a throw in here. Folks, you're watching San Fernando Valley FC Soccer via the home of San Fernando Valley. You're via Futboleando, and we're coming to you live at the Sepulveda Basin Sports Complex. Ball's going to be played back in place. Morris defending all over the Montclair defender is going to be back into the throw in. And a great win last week for San Fernando Valley has them here finally once more trying to get it into that final game last year. Came up short here in the semifinals. And now looking to get their way into the final, but the official says there's going to be a free kick in favor of San Fernando. 16 minutes in the first half, and it's been all Montclair. No type of rhythm here for the home side. Hard touch here by San Fernando. Recovered very well. Nice by Morris. And it gives this one away. Slide tackle. Referee says play on. Flag stays down. It could be the opportunity for the second one. Shot and a goal. Goal. Scored by Montclair. As the mistake there by Morris leads to the second goal of Montclair. It's 2-0.
2-0. And like you mentioned, it was a mistake by Morris who tried to give the ball back to one of his teammates, gave it back to the Montclair attacker, then tried to foul him. Referee played on perfectly. Then the ball was opened up wide. An easy tap in for the Montclair attacker. Nothing to do for the goalie this time. And Montclair's 2-0 up against San Fernando in 17 minutes. And now this is a position we haven't seen San Fernando in, going two down so quickly in the first half. So it's going to be a battle now for San Fernando first to try to get something here before the end of the first half and keep their hopes up and not come down mentally, which is the bigger challenge. And Montclair, it's like seeing an opponent at the verge of a KO in a boxing match. They see that they're down, so they'll be wanting to put something more on the back of the net, which could seal the game for them this early on um, in the first half. So it's interesting what's going to happen in the next few minutes from both sides.
Yeah, I mean, shock, right? 18 minutes in, and like you mentioned, a goal from Montclair pretty much seals the deal. On the other side, a goal from San Fernando gets them right back into the mix of things. So far, what the Montclair team has been displaying is that they have no fear to coming in here and snatching away a victory and punching their ticket into the final. Let's switch it over here, chest it down.
You mentioned before the game started that we've seen a lot of intensity from them since the warm up, since they were getting ready for the match. And we're seeing that reflected now on the scoreboard. And here they come again.
Here comes Montclair once more. Cross is going to be taken. Deflection for our second corner kick of the afternoon. It's going to be for Montclair as they're looking to get their third goal of the afternoon. Something we weren't expecting definitely to be
Have we
saying
even
here.
seen a third goal from
Another team here,
a
no.
visiting team here at the Basin?
Cross, I think the other time was just when they lost to the Seoul Athletics. And that's because they're the best team in the league so far. And here they come once again, ball up over cross and another corner kick, third one of the afternoon. And it's all Montclair so far here in the first 20 minutes of the game. One, two, three. The forward Montclair players gonna go ahead and look for this one. Vaughn with his hands in the air, trying to clear some space here. Richmond in, heads this one. Ball in the air. Andreas fighting for it to see if he gets it down. Brings it down, looking for Andreas Morris. Finds Zurich, and it could be the counterattack San Fernando Valley was looking for. Back to the top, and here comes Andreas Artemiu. Ball's going to be covered here and then defended very well, nicely by Montclair, and cleared away by the goalkeeper. Ball headed down. Ball looking for Ozzy Toga, and recovered very well nicely by the visiting side as it goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Defensively, Montclair looking solid in the back, and they are able to swing balls through here, looking for the left back and create something on the wing offensively. They go back in the middle here with number 34. And here comes once again the visiting side. Reception here with his right. Back it goes to his defender. And no pressure being put here by San Fernando. 20 minutes gone by here, 2-0 the score line in favor of the visiting team, Montclair Academy. And they swing it open to the far side. One step, Zurich defending, trying to poke this one away. But now back in the middle. Great turn here. And it could be Montclair's opportunity to get the third one, but they're looking to put this one away. Richmond in defending. Clears this one momentarily. Beto Rodriguez trying to find the ball here. Shot's going to be taken. And right exactly where the goalkeeper, Vaughn, is standing. But it's been all again Montclair. Ozzy Toga now pushing forward. They'd open up here with Areola. Ball to Andreas. Oh, for Andre Morris, but the official calls offside. His flag does go up. That was that close.
We called it in the beginning of the game. It says whoever makes the least amount of mistakes gonna take the lead in this game. San Fernando made two mistakes back to back almost, and that's why Montclair is up. They continue to try and go for the third. I mean, right now it's looking more like the third from Montclair might come rather than the one by San Fernando. So San Fernando needs to shake things up. They need to forget about what happened and try to get something going on attack. And Montclair, be careful. Say one mistakes are costly in this match. We already saw it against San Fernando, and let's see if they can keep their concentration, which so far, like you mentioned, they look solid in the back and they continue to have possession and look like the more dangerous team on the field.
And here comes once more San Fernando looking to cut into the lead. Just one opportunity, just like they almost had it there with for the offside with Morris. Gets you right back into the mix of things. Okay, put here a move by Art. It goes back to Areola. Now with Ozzy Toga. Nan, the captain. Will take something from the captain as well to get something moving here. Tries to send the long ball looking for Artemiu.
Not as of this moment.
And we'll have a goal kick.
He hasn't said anything about whatever it does.
Interesting conversation. We got the hydration breaks in the World Cup, but we don't have them here at UPSL as of now.
As of now.
Ball in the air now. Areola seems to win it first, and then Ozzy Toga back to Rodriguez. Benayan back to Toga. Now San Fernando seems to have gotten a little more comfortable on the pitch as Montclair was able to go ahead and observe the first 25 minutes of playing here in the Sepulveda Basin, and ball stolen away. Not the best pass there by Toga. And here comes Montclair with the counter attack. Toga looking to steal this one away. And back to Toga. Rodriguez.
Good, Dustin, good.
And now Areola. No one pushing forward towards him, so he keeps pushing the ball ahead. Now pulls it back in the middle now with Toga. And now with Richmond. Ball swung open here.
Two different reactions too from the coaches here. Coach for San Fernando sending on his subs to go warm up and continuing to tell him to pressure on to keep the ball rolling, versus the coach from Montclair more calm, more collective, telling his players let's wait for San Fernando now. Let's not pressure them. Let's take a little break without the ball. Just wait for them to attack us. So quick reactions from the coaches here. One with a 2-0 lead, the other one with a 2-0 loss.
Yeah. And the whole bench is now, in fact, warming up for San Fernando. See if they make a substitution before the half or keep something going. But they'll have just under 20 minutes to go ahead and get something going on their way into the second half. Great move by Areola. Use it off for Toga. Now opens it up for Richmond A. The first time we see this game where San Fernando might have possession of the ball here. Ball back all the way to Art. That's how hissy it has the ball forward now with Cristo.
And it's interesting to see the coach from Montclair take this approach. Maybe his players are a little bit fatigued with the heat. I mean, he was the one requesting the cooling break sort of to calm things down for his side. But it's interesting because we were looking at a San Fernando team that was looking out of it, looking like in the verge of KO. We were mentioning it looked more likely for the 3-0 by Montclair than the 1-2 by San Fernando, but he decides to bring his team back a little bit, and defend without the ball, maybe catch some air, calm down a little bit. And San Fernando's doing the opposite, and they're understanding this, are attacking with other men crossing their own side of the field.
A great move by Areola. And now here comes San Fernando. See if they could go ahead and muster up something on the offensive attack with Zurich. The ball's going to go all the way back to Beto Rodriguez. See if he has options and opens it up with a Toga. Goes back to Rich Bernayan. There's been all San Fernando here in these last couple of minutes. See, they send a through ball here. Now they let it back to Cristo Rodriguez, going to take a shot from distance. It goes over the wall, but opportunity, the first one of the day for San Fernando Valley, is going to be a goal kick 28 minutes in.
28 minutes in, and if you've been following San Fernando, you're probably wondering there's someone missing. There's something missing on the attack. And you will be right to assume that as we're missing the star player for San Fernando FC, or at least one of their best players in the last few seasons. Uh, and we'll talk about that in just a second as we look like Montclair was coming in for the attack. But yeah, we're missing one of his key players, a guy that with the ball, without the ball, was always a danger for San Fernando with how quick he was, how good he was with the ball on his feet, how quickly he can transition from one side to the other. And it was a very, very dangerous tool for San Fernando, and they're missing him now. But it happens at this level. You may lose players, you may gain players, and now they're losing him. And we're starting to see they're missing that explosiveness on the sides. San Fernando was a team because of him that like to play out, come back in, and they don't have that three-fourths up.
Yeah, of course, that player is Junior Cozy. He was one of the best players in the UPSL, and he's demonstrated that throughout his years, and got an opportunity to go ahead and take his talents overseas. He is a key factor here. That's why why the San Fernando Valley team is struggling here. But we do know that there's been other games where Junior did struggle, and the team overall came together and were able to go ahead and overcome his struggles. So maybe something like that. But I think the morale, you feel it, the body language, you see it as well. It's something that's affecting the players, and they have 15 minutes here in the first, and then 45 to go ahead and change history.
Yeah, he was one of those players that just stands out from the rest at this level. At least he stand out, and you can feel when he's not here. As here comes San Fernando on the sideline.
Here's Cristo back to Andreas. Now lives it up for Kevin Arreola. Referee says play on. Flag does stay down and very well defending here as now Kevin Arreola commits the foul. It's going to be a free kick, but again, this is that junior cozy side that so typically will be on the attack.
Exodus.
Oh, and Juve Axilis as well. Again, couple of the injured players, not to mention Irving Rivas, the right back, too. So, I mean, just uh, wrong timing for
Yeah,
injuries to plague San Fernando Valley here as they're pushing their way into the final. And now they're on the opposite side of things. Now, Andre Morris back pokes it forward here, and the flag does go up for an offsides.
we had praised them previous games for their ability to rotate players to have one starting team one game, switch it up during halftime, then the next game have a different squad, and now they're the ones suffering with that. I mean, they do have plenty of players in their bench, but these are guys that haven't played at this level yet, who are not familiar with how it's played at this level. But just the damage that it does to the chemistry of the team is being reflected on the field as we see a San Fernando side very different than we were used to seeing here at the Basin. And
Yeah,
I don't know if Montclair is aware of that or not, but they're doing a great job. But they're getting ready to sub someone onto the field now. I don't know if there's an injury issue or what's going on, but we'll update you in a second.
yeah, early on, and
32.
substitution for Montclair Academy. Interesting to see here. And it'll be a tactical and injury, but here they come once again on the attack. Flag stays down, but the ball's way too far down the line, and we'll have a goal kick here for San Fernando. Quick restart here as they go for Beto Rodriguez. Rodriguez pushing forward, has space now. Goes over for Ozzy Toga. Now with Artemu, Andreas. He has making a run to the Andre Morris. Referee said, I mean, Andreas pulls it back, decides to go for them now with Kevin Areola. One of the new faces here on the starting lineup. And he goes further with Art. Richmond.
No, Montclair giving San Fernando all the initiative to freely play to three-fourths of their field, which is where the real pressure starts. So Montclair very comfortable with this 2-0 lead, allowing San Fernando to push very high forward with no pressure. And San Fernando a bit shocked by this as they don't really know how to approach all this initiative that they're getting. And Montclair very comfortable right now on the back. We see the number 30, which was the guy that came in, defender, so probably was injury issue for Montclair.
Yeah, seems now 2-0 up, right? Gave the initiative to San Fernando, but you got to go ahead and create something on the offensive attack for the Valley if you're trying to get back into this one. 2-0 down, semifinal game, and here they come trying to create something on the offensive side. Andreas now, Artemu. Pass with to Andre Morris. Back again to Andreas. He's going to go ahead and pick it up for Morris. See if he shoots it one time. Defended very well nicely. Has his back against the goal now. Crosses it through. Tries to find Bento Rodriguez. It's going to be a counter attack now. Here comes Montclair. 2v4. San Fernando's able to go ahead and get numbers back defensively. And back here comes Montclair. Number 37 now tries to send the through ball. Flag does stay down. Richmond ain't able to go ahead and recover very well defensively. And back comes again is number 30. Here comes Montclair, half possession of it now. Cut inside. Beto Rodriguez defending all over number 37. And it goes all the way back to 67. Turn around here. Great move. Opens it up. Flag stays down. And here comes Montclair once again. Cross is going to be through here. One time. Off the rebound and a goal. Goal. Scored by Montclair, 3-0 there. Not sure if the keeper able to go ahead and get a hand of it or not, but it's left there, no one there to clear it, and it's 3-0 Montclair. It might be the final nail in the coffin here.
Yeah, Montclair with a very long sequence. That was maybe like 20 passes from the backside of their area to the attacking side against San Fernando. Uh, Great ball by the attacker, hits the post, totally unable to react. Forward comes back, puts it in the back of the net, and it's now 3-0. A very hefty score line. And honestly, a very accurate reflection of what this game's been so far. Montclair completely dominating this game. They gave San Fernando initiative the ball, and when they've really started to touch the ball and go up the top, they get their third goal. Nothing San Fernando could do. Looks like right now, mentally, they're somewhere else. They're not in this game. I think they're still processing all these players that they've missed, but this game's still going. And then as long as there's time, they need to keep pushing and at least show some effort. Something that they're not showing, something that we're not used to seeing from San Fernando. But a tough one for San Fernando right now.
Yeah, shockwaves across the league, at least on paper, right? San Fernando should have won this game with the seeding and whatnot. But like you mentioned, in this game, Montclair has been the better team and by far showing it why. We'll have a first yellow card of the afternoon here, and it's going to be for Montclair Academy.
Yeah, and right now Montclair stopped on a potential fourth goal that would have for sure ended things here at the Basin. And it seems like they're now just toying around with some of the San Fernando players, and San Fernando's looking bad right now. And they need to get something going, anything, just something that gives them some hope that they still have a fighting chance here. Like I said, there's still a lot of time left in this game, but Montclair's looking very dominant, very secure, very sure on their style. And here comes San Fernando.
And here comes San Fernando once again. Back heel pass looking for Artemu. He's one of the top goal scorers here for San Fernando with 11 goals on the campaign. Another one that's missing for San Fernando, Logan, who has 8 goals for them as well. So you're talking about with Logan 8 goals, Junior 13. I mean, that's 21 goals that you're missing here on your two forwards. For San Fernando, and then we have another yellow card here. Now it's going to be the second one of the afternoon,
Silly
both
yellow.
for Montclair.
Silly yellow by Montclair. Both of them. They're up 3-0 with a San Fernando side that's struggling to put anything up top. And they get two yellows in the span of 5 minutes. They need to be careful with that. I hear the coach arguing with the ref, but he should be arguing this with his players who are losing concentration. Instead of focusing on the game, they're trying to hit players from San Fernando.
Yeah, now this is something that you'll miss the final if you end up getting a red card, and you make San Fernando make believe themselves that they could go ahead and come back with 5 minutes to go in the first half. A free kick restart now back into play is the ball. Here comes San Fernando looking to go ahead and cut something forward before the half. Askri still has possession, goes back to Ozzy Toga, see if he goes to Richmond again. Very well defended in the back is San Fernando. We'd love to see more of Zurich on the attack. We know that he has a great explosiveness down the line and the ability to come back inside as well. Down goes Cristo, and the referee calls a free kick.
Yeah, despite the score line, San Fernando has been able to dominate the center of the field. The problem comes three-fourths up, where their attacking players like Morris are just left alone against three, four, five, sometimes defenders for Montclair. That's very difficult to maneuver there. So it's at the latter part of the field where they really are missing those two players we mentioned earlier who were very dynamic, very explosive, and able to take one guy, prepare for a through ball or the shot. And so they pressure and they win the
And
ball.
they do win the ball, but the flag does go up for offsides. But these are mistakes here that could go ahead and generate and get Montclair, I mean, San Fernando right back into this one.
Yeah, the worst thing Montclair can do is think they've won this already and get cocky and get comfortable because we've seen stranger things happen here at this level. So they need to stay concentrated. They already got two yellows, and giving the ball away in the back is not something you want to do against San Fernando, especially with a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, and San Fernando, I mean, we know they have the talent to go ahead and get themselves back into this one. They're going to battle it all the way through as they've done throughout the whole year. And here they come once again with Andreas. Back to Morris. Morris tries to get it back to Andreas. Referee says nothing going out of it there. Play on. Here comes Montclair now. Now there's a foul.
Mm,
Beto Rodriguez, and now a yellow for San Fernando Valley. Soft yellow in my eyes as Beto Rodriguez gets booked, but and now it's 2-1 in favor of Montclair. It's a yellow
yeah,
cards.
here in the replay, the ref, I guess, was trying to compensate for those two yellows he did earlier because it's a very, very light
Yeah.
foul. And the players felt so good, and yellow for San Fernando, which they've been able to keep their heads cool despite the scoreline. But this gives Montclair a little bit some time to breathe, some time to think, to concentrate again. As we're 42 minutes into this first half.
That's Beto Rodriguez with the yellow card, and he steals this one away. Very well, nicely done by San Fernando Valley as they try to go ahead and get something going up top. Back in favor with two Cristo Deras, and it's going to be a free kick in favor of San Fernando as they foul Andres Artemiu. We started here. Running in, back to Andreas. See if San Fernando's able to go ahead and cut the lead as they try to get one back here before the half. Here's the captain, Rich Manayan. There's still 45 minutes to go here. Plenty of time to get back into this one. Arson back into the middle with Andreas. Now with Ozzy Toga. Ozzy. Number 17 of San Fernando opens it up here with Art. Now back in the middle with Cristo. Back to Andreas. Now in the middle with Ozzy Toga. They make a move here. Now with he has an opportunity to swing things open now. Goes back in the middle with Rodriguez. Cristo Deras gives this one away, and the ball goes through the legs of Beto Rodriguez. See who wins it one. It's Montclair. Zurich fighting for it now, and now back in possession of it is the visiting side of Montclair. Because we're about 1 minute to go here, plus whatever the official wants to go. Great ball here up on top, and gone off his line, able to go ahead and hit this one to Areola. Areola now with Beto Rodriguez. Rodriguez now with Toga. Tries to send the ball through with Morris. The referee says play on, no flag up. And now it's Andreas Artemiu back in the middle with Morris. Tries to go back with Andreas and doesn't find him. And ball given back to possession of Montclair. Step over it. We're at 45 now. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll take a quick break, but we'll come back for the second half actions. As 1 minute has been added on here into this one. Ball back heel. And here comes Montclair looking to possibly put this one completely out of reach. Ball back outside. See if they swing it through. San Fernando able to go ahead and get defensively right back in there. Switch it over here to number 37, who brings this one down beautifully. Fakes it over, fakes it twice. Shot's going to be taken. It goes just wide. It's going to be a goal kick, but Montclair keeps on knocking and possibly for a fourth goal here to completely put this one out of reach. Referee, oh, it's going to be a deflection, says the official. So deflection, and we'll have a corner kick here for Montclair. Surely should be the last one here of the half. 46 minutes now. They play it short, swing it through. Montclair looking to get one more before the half. Defended very well nicely by San Fernando as the official does now blow his whistle. It is halftime as San Fernando Valley is down 3-0 on the scoreline. What are your thoughts here in the first half?
Well, we've seen only one team on the field the whole game, and it's been Montclair. San Fernando struggling a bit throughout the game. Tried a little bit of something different at the end of the game. I don't know if the players are missing. It's really affecting them mentally because we're seeing something we've never seen from San Fernando, and is the lack of intensity here at home. Montclair taking advantage of that, but definitely the smarter side, the better side in this first 45 minutes. And San Fernando is going to really have to come hard for the second half if they want to continue their hopes here in the playoffs. Otherwise, San Fernando Montclair is going to have an easy pass to the final.
Yep, we'll be bringing you the full 45 minutes coming up. It's going to be something of a heroic effort for San Fernando to go ahead and come up on top and find a way to tie this one up, send it into overtime, or win it with all right within the next 45 minutes. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back into the second half actions coming up right after this.
Dr. Melody Daniels. I'm a physical therapist and I'm the owner of Olympia Physical Therapy and Performance. We're a proud sponsor of the San Fernando Valley Football Club. So I started Olympia 3 years ago now. And we started because I was working at a college at the time, and I was working with a lower resource school, and I just felt like there were things that these athletes weren't getting that I wanted to provide for them. And I've always had a passion for helping the community and having folks who maybe didn't have the education or the resources to become the better versions of themselves to help them with that. So when I started the company, we actually started out of a storage unit underneath my apartment, and I just kind of started treating patients, and eventually we got big enough where I started looking for a bigger space. But early on, we just started the business. We didn't save up money, and so initially we kind of struggled to get off the ground, get a consistent patient flow. But within 2 years, we got to a point where we had a full schedule. We started partnering with teams, and now we function 50% in the clinic and then 50% on the field. So we do a lot of outreach where we go out to camps, we go out to practices, games, and we also have those folks that we see in their practice and games. They come into the clinic and we rehab them in the clinic. So we like to function kind of 50-50, both field and in the clinic. A lot of what we do is very educational because we feel like there's a huge gap in athletes really understanding their body. I think it's getting better. But I know when I was playing sports, all this education and like rehab and the injury prevention side wasn't really enforced at a young age. And I do feel that maybe my career could have been different, or there's lots of athletes that feel like maybe the injury was the reason they're not continuing to play. So I think the earlier we can help athletes understand what's important and how to take care of their bodies, the better. So we like to do things like that. So our videographer helped us kind of connect, and my assistant reached out to San Fernando. And you know, when we got in contact with them, we were in the midst of trying to establish these partners. Because we function 50% in the clinic and 50% on the field, it's important for us to have these partnerships with different teams. When we reach out, you know, we have those initial conversations, but I think with San Fernando, what we really loved is that they had a similar passion to us. They like to get involved in the community. They like to see athletes understand their body and have the resources and the ability, whether they want to or not. I think it's important for them to have the ability to reach the highest levels resource-wise. And so when we partnered with them after reaching out and just through email, call, text, we really felt like they had a very similar vision and mission to us. And so for us, it was a very easy partnership to build. We prioritize the post-ops, so anyone who has a surgery through the club, we see them full-time and we treat them like professional athletes. And so we're treating them multiple times a week and they're getting a full hour with me one-on-one. And so we've seen anything from like meniscus to ACL to neck to back pain. And we just give them the ability to come in and see me multiple times a week and get their rehab in. We also did do a performance testing clinic with them. So with their academy team, we had a day where we had all of our physical therapy students, PTs, our training staff came, and we set up a clinic where they rotated through different stations, and one station was a physical therapy assessment, and then the next station was like performance testing where we tested their strength and gave them the data. We tested their power, so we did force plate testing. And then we had an agility section where one of my PTs took them through soccer specific agility tests, and we talked about, you know, based on where they're at and collegiate and professional levels, what they should shoot for and why agility is important in soccer. And so we like to do that, and I think it gives the team a place to come and be able to take care of their bodies, but it also helps the coaching staff to really understand what kind of team they have. I think a lot of teams are not yet utilizing data and utilizing the science that we have to better inform their practices and their strength tests or their strength days. So that data, we hope, will be able to be translated to, okay, well, these are the deficits we're seeing on the team, and this is how we can grow to make the team better. I think today was a great example of why I love what I do. One of our long-term rehabs, he's an ACL. He's in his like 8 to 9 month range and he's getting close to his return. And so to have spent so much time with someone, treating them multiple times a week, you know, I see them through the full spectrum. So I see them right after surgery when they're in crutches and they're not allowed to walk, to today when we actually had him on the field and he was playing soccer again. And so for me to be part of that process and to help them through the steps and then see them go back to doing what they love at such a high level. We pride ourselves in trying to get our athletes back to 100%, but even like 110%. So we work on the deficits that maybe they had prior to the injury. So to see him come back stronger and better than he was before the injury, I think for me is everything. And so that's why I love what I do. It's exciting to see other people reach their potential and then knowing I was part of that process.
Armando Vergara, fundador de Armando Roofing Inc.
Mi nombre es Yesenia. My name's Yesenia, with Armando Roofing Inc., owner as well.
Digamos que desde muy chico yo empecé a trabajar. Me tocó navegar con un papá alcohólico y tenía una familia grande, digamos, que sacar adelante. En ese caso me tomé yo la responsabilidad. De allí decidí emigrar para este país a buscar oportunidades. Después de trabajar en diferentes oficios, ninguno llenaba mis expectativas hasta un día que llegó una persona a ofrecerme si quería trabajar, y fue cuando llegó la oportunidad de aprender roofing. El primer día me enamoró este trabajo y hasta la fecha sigo enamorado de él. Saqué mi licencia, empezamos a construir esta compañía. Orgullosamente con mi hija pues estamos dándole servicio a la comunidad aquí en San Fernando Valley y todos sus alrededores. Bueno, ahorita estamos aquí en Pasadena, el centro de Pasadena. Aquí estamos en este edificio histórico, haciéndole renovación a su techo del edificio. Supuestamente era donde tenían caballos en los tiempos pasados. Ahora están remodelándolo para hacer un estudio de música, grabación. Parte de estos proyectos históricos hacemos comerciales también. Nuestro enfoque es residencial, pero también estamos entrenados para hacer este tipo de proyectos.
I was, studying music, anything music. I was trying to build guitars, do guitar craft, woodworking, until one day I got injured, and unfortunately that kind of put a stop on that career path. Didn't know what I was gonna do after that. I was healing from surgery and mentally and everything. When my dad got his license, slowly started asking me to help him out with some tasks. I just did it, I didn't think much of it. And when I was growing up, seeing him as a roofer, I was a kid. We lost my mom when I was little. At times we didn't have somebody to watch us. We would, go on rides with him and go take a look at some jobs and go get some materials. So I would show up at the distributor, and sometimes in the summer, and when I got older, I would pick up some shifts in the summer. It was definitely a bonding experience. I got to see it firsthand, the hard work that he would do when I was growing up. And the next thing I knew, Armando's Roofing was born, Originally that wasn't the plan, but that second opportunity was kind of a...
Mike 1-2. All right, we're back with Montclair on the attack, looking to go ahead and possibly extend the fourth lead here. Lead this through. Shot's going to be taken. And it is, in fact, the fourth one of the afternoon for Montclair as they're able to go ahead and find that back of the net. It's 4-0 in favor of the visiting team. They're playing against 4-0 now, the lead, and it seems that was the final nail in the coffin. We're hoping to get something from San Fernando Valley before the Montclair fourth, but it's been all Montclair.
But I'm unclear, and they came in just the same way that they left the game on the attack, the dominant side, with full control of the game. San Fernando walked out with their heads down, came in a little bit more prompt. It seems like they wanted to do something here at home, but Montclair with a quick reply, and here comes a through ball by the number 10 by San Fernando. But like you mentioned, it 4-0 now for Montclair, and despite basically all the halftime, the second half to go, it looks like a done deal here at the Basin.
Yeah, like we mentioned, not the scoreboard everyone throughout the league was expecting, but Montclair, kudos to them. They've showed up here tonight and demonstrated why they are gonna make their way into the final of the UPSL. And we'll wait to see if they will be taking on either Long Beach City FC, who could also complete an upset, or the LA Soul Athletics. Ball's going to be crossed through here. Ozzy Toga's going to have some space. Why not? Shots taken. This is deflected momentarily. And back in favor of San Fernando.
First shot for San Fernando, something we didn't do at all in the first half. When a team like Montclair defends well, that's one of the ways you can break their defensive position, their defensive tactic, which is with shots from outside the box. The first time we see San Fernando do it in the second half of the game. Um, but one thing San Fernando has to do is keep trying, and here comes Montclair.
Yeah, here they come once more, trying to get a fifth one on their tally. Now, like we mentioned, based on what the record will be, well, the scoreline rather of the we'll see. Now, if Long Beach City, for whatever reason, pulls up an upset against the LA Soul, then Montclair will travel to Long Beach. But if the LA Soul Athletics handle their business, then they'll be facing each other, Montclair and LA Soul, over at Jesse Owens Stadium in the final. That game between the LA Soul Athletics and Long Beach FC, be played later on tonight at 7:30 p.m. from Jesse Owens Memorial Stadium over the beautiful campus of Cal State Los Angeles. As San Fernando looking to go ahead and possibly cut into the lead. This is Matias Bravo, who has made his way into this game. Bravo. Back to Richmond Ian. Beto. Step over now. Back to Matias Bravo. Fakes it. Back to Beto. Back to Areola. And he puts it up top to Matias Bravo. A little too forward. And very well defended in the back by Montclair player as Beto Rodriguez goes in hard in that tackle. Is already on a yellow card. The referee says it's just a free kick.
What do you mean you got it? Back. Back.
Rough tackle there, and it's going to be a free kick and a yellow card.
It's a yellow card. At least a yellow. From behind, I mean, it didn't.
The referee, I mean the head coach, all the right to be upset on that tackle there.
Mira, let him go. I know. Trust me. What's the back? Flick it. Oh,
Restart here, headed back all the way through to the captain, Rich Benayan. Finds the foot of Arn and he holds it up to Arson. Arson with possession of it now. Goes back with Art. Holds it up with Artemu. Here's Andreas. Put some pauses on it. Overlapping run being made and back in possession of it is for the Valley. Kevin Areola, too far. And we'll have a throw in.
Yeah, Montclair seems to be continuing to give the initiative to San Fernando as they did in the first half, and just waiting for the counter, waiting for a position to do a long sequence of touches, put another goal in the back of the net. But San Fernando unable to get anything going 7 minutes into the second half. They really have struggled with all of the missing players. I mean, not to excuse San Fernando's performance right now, but this is very, very not San Fernando FC. Even with their missing players, we're used to seeing a different type of game from them. A team that's always very good on the attack, very good on the transitions, very good with the ball and without the ball, very quick to always push for an attack. And we've seen none of that from them. Here they're trying something on the side, but very poor this evening by San Fernando. And we do have to mention, though, that they are missing a lot of their key players. And whether you want to admit it or not, what that does to you, what that does to your morale, to the team chemistry is big. And we're seeing that reflected here on the scoreline. And not just on the scoreline, but in the way they're playing. Even though they're down by four, you don't see them really wanting to get something to at least say, hey, we got one up on the scoreboard. You're seeing them very timid, very just out of it. It's not the San Fernando we're used to seeing here, especially at the Basin, a very solid team throughout. And it's unfortunate to see them go out this way against, we gotta admit it, a very, very strong, very good Montclair team.
Yeah, uncharted waters without a doubt. What we're used to expecting from San Fernando Valley, especially here at the Basin, a fortress of a home field advantage that they've been able to go ahead and build out throughout the last couple of seasons, and even last year when the season came up short, it was still a tight game. If I don't recall, it was an overtime defeat, but without a doubt, a tight game, and to see them go down 4-0, it's not something that we're used to, but they still got some time to go ahead and get something, or at least make the scoreboard not that as bad. And here comes Areola. Shot's going to be taken from distance from Areola, and it's going to be a wide goal kick. But the
Yeah,
opportunity are there.
first two goals we saw were just mistakes by San Fernando. Lack of concentration by both the goalie and Morris with that back pass that went the wrong way. The last two goals, though, has just been Montclair's dominance, but with a San Fernando side with no reaction and no attempt to react. And now, 10 minutes into the second half, they're still struggling to get something going here for their side. At least the one nothing that would just be that consolation goal that sometimes teams want when they have those very bad games like the one San Fernando's having today. And like you mentioned earlier, the worst happened to them at the worst time, losing all their key players to injury and some others to some extra stuff that just happens at this level. Unfortunate for this team because they were one of the best sides in this division.
A great move by Andreas. He's going to go ahead and leave this one back. And they call the foul on him. As we were getting ready for a corner kick, but the official says it's going to be a foul on Artemu. As he got away from the defender momentarily, it will have a free kick in favor of Montclair.
Yeah, I didn't see the foul there, but we're very far back. Maybe the ref saw something we didn't. And nevertheless, it's Montclair ball, which again, in no rush to play anymore, just winding down the clock, touching from left to right, not trying to risk any other players. And the smart thing to do if you're Montclair, it's really San Fernando who has to set the tone that it still has to be intensive. As the ref calls another very soft foul, maybe he's just trying to keep the
Back at the
game.
game, yeah. I don't think the game will get away from him.
Danny, you can take it. AJ, leave it, AJ.
13 minutes here in the second half. It's been all Montclair since the initial whistle, really.
Stop!
Really has we haven't even seen.
The shot's going to be from distance. It goes just over the wall. And a great attempt there from Montclair. Almost that close. You take a look at the replay here for you.
Yeah, quick transition from Montclair with a oof, very close shot by the attacker. Just goes off top of the bar for the goalkeeper. But we're seeing Montclair get closer to the fifth one, and we're seeing San Fernando get close to one. I mean, we haven't really seen their goalie be tested at all in any of these shots that they've taken. It's been a very nice day for the Montclair keeper, which just reflects what San Fernando has been in this game. Just a not even a shadow of what we're used to seeing from them. Again, not to make an excuse, but when you lose so many of your key players, so many of the guys that made your team the whole season, that were written the story for you, it's very difficult to, despite San Fernando's great bench, to try and put a team that can compete when your key players, or some of your key players, are not there.
Please.
I mean, it's been a difficult
3-3 over here, too.
game without them, without key players, and just been overall difficult game to go ahead and be a part of. Another substitution for San Fernando as Arson is heading out the game, and entering the game is going to be Jay Hines, another player who had a great showing as one of the rotation players in a couple of games, and we'll see if he's able to go ahead and change the scoreboard a bit.
Yeah, now if you're Montclair, you're already thinking of the final. So if I was the coach, I would begin to rotate some of my players, especially some of the guys that got a yellow in the first half, to avoid anything that can cause them to get a red card. I know San Fernando right now, despite going down, they can be a little bit heated, could cause for something. The ref has been managing that well. Although I would say on uh, that challenge we saw just a few minutes ago, where the coach for Montclair was claiming for a second yellow, I think he was right. But for some reason, the ref just called the foul.
Yeah, coach got to protect his players now, and he's doing that by just clearing what appears to be a good majority of his bench into this game. Jaws accomplished and done here for Montclair as they've been able to annihilate and just completely silence San Fernando Valley from the get-go.
Yeah, we were expecting this game to be a lot more of a competitive match, but it's been a one-sided game with Montclair just dominating in every part of the field, even sometimes without the ball, still being able to control the tempo of the game. San Fernando tries to fumble into getting something going, but 16 minutes into the second half, I think the most they've gotten is a shot that went wide.
You defending, A.
And this one here that goes deflected over everybody and into the keeper's hands. Not going to be good enough to go ahead and get something or get yourself into a final. But Montclair, I mean, kudos to them in terms of what they've come in here to do in the Basin, regardless of the players they're facing, regardless of injuries or who's here, who's not. To be able to come here and just completely show dominance in this game. It's short of spectacular. No team that I recall been able to go ahead and come here and including the LA Soul Athletics
Hmm.
and win this one with so much ease.
Yeah, a lot of teams come here, put a great performance in the first half, then sort of die down by the second half, not being able to handle the heat and not being able to properly rotate their players. But even that, Montclair has been able to do to perfection. With the scoreline already in their favor since the first half, they are now rotating their players, getting fresh legs in here, and not allowing that Valley Heat to even be a favor for San Fernando. So even in that regard, San Fernando has, I mean, I'm sorry, Montclair has just dominated. And, I mean, it's something you're going to think we're being repetitive, but that's just what this game's been. As we see another player from Montclair go down, and the ref just marking the foul with no yellow for San Fernando.
Yeah, now it's about getting out of here healthy for both these teams. San Fernando's going to be a long off season, long off season to recruit, recover, get some of these academy players into these rotations, and
Hmm.
just kind of like it had, Kevin Areola. We've also seen Isaac Flores make his way into a starting lineup. So a lot of things to look ahead for San Fernando. But you're Montclair, you got to get ready for a final, which, if I'm mistaken or not, it's going to be next week.
And if you're San Fernando, this is a good learning experience to know how as important is the way you start the season, how you play during the season, and towards the end of the season, which has been sort of the worst thing for San Fernando in the past two seasons is how they close out the season. And losing some of their key players has just been their Achilles heel for these two seasons that we've been covering the team here at the Basin.
Yeah, your coach Cortez too. It also started with Jorge Rubio, who's was part of the rotation. Then he got injured, and offsides called here. So it was one after the other, as we see another substitution for San Fernando, as Zurich is going to make his way out, and Isaac Flores is going to replace the forward here for San Fernando.
Zurich, a player that was one of those key players and was injured towards the end of the season, and I don't think was ever able to recover to his best days here during this season. But another player that they tried to recover towards the end, but didn't pack the same punch that he was used to giving us here at home.
Yeah, a player that started off as a rotation player and then got into a starting lineup very well nicely because of the great goals that he's able to go ahead and put forward here. But we saw him coming off the field just now with another bandage on his knee. So yet another list of the players that have been banged up throughout the year here for San Fernando, and Montclair able to go ahead and take advantage of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably six or seven key players out for San Fernando towards the end of the season. They had been able to rotate some of these players throughout the last few games of the season. And you heard us talk about it. As every game they played here, there was a new lineup, a different starting lineup, new subs coming in. But there's so much a team can handle when you lose so many of your core players. It's very difficult, especially when you play at this level where the slightest mistake, the smallest thing, can tilt the game to the other side. And that's exactly what happened. And but no taking away from what Montclair's been able to do here at the Basin, who came in focused since the warm up and has put forth unanswered goals against the home side, who for most of the season were undefeated here at the Basin. You wouldn't see teams really come in here and put such a performance here.
They sucked the air out of the room too, and from the get go, and showed their authority from the beginning to the end of this game. As down goes Matias Bravo, referee says nothing as if you're throwing.
Yeah, you may think we're being repetitive here, but I mean, when a game is 4-0 with still 20 minutes to go, it's hard to say anything else other than to praise the dominance of one side and the lack of momentum from the other,
Yeah, from the beginning too, right? There wasn't that intensity that you were expecting from San Fernando Valley.
especially from a semifinal game.
And down goes number 42, and going to get a yellow card caution here.
Yeah, and if you're Montclair, this is the kind of stuff you want to avoid. With 4 goals up, mhm, of course you don't want to let them shoot, but you want to protect yourself because you can miss the final,
Yeah.
especially if you do something that is deemed excessive.
And they're going to need every single player for that final, regardless of who they face. They'll face a really good Long Beach City FC team or, the best team in the league so far against the LA Solar Athletics. Remember, that game is later on tonight, 7:30 p.m. Jesse Owens Memorial Stadium over at Cal State LA. As Andrea's looking to go ahead and fake, they open it up for Matias Bravo. Shot's going to be crossed through here. And we'll have a corner kick, our first corner kick of the afternoon for San Fernando Valley.
What I'm wondering is why didn't they shoot? Why didn't they shoot to score? I mean, this was probably their most dangerous attacking possession for San Fernando, and they go with a set piece when I think they should have gone for the shot and just try something different. But they didn't.
Yeah, they saw the opportunity there, but it's just been that type of day for San Fernando here. They go once again. Send a great ball here through. It could be the opportunity for Montclair, and a great defensive effort there by Jay Hines, as he's able to go ahead and cut this one off. But a great ball put through here by Montclair, and there was that close for being 5-0.
Great through ball by the midfielder from Montclair, but what a sluggish attack by the attacker from Montclair. He took too much time, allowed the defender to catch up to him, and strip the ball away from him. But that was the 5-0 for Montclair. When San Fernando had their best attacking sequence, Montclair responds with another one, and some was the fifth goal of the match, and that is a reflection of what this game's been for San Fernando. Very poor up top, very poor in defense, and Montclair just managing every aspect of the game.
It's been that type of day here for the San Fernando. Nothing's coming out. They haven't even, I feel, been able to muster 5 straight touches. Regardless, they're not going to go ahead and not fight, as JJ Gallardo has possession of it, now with Art. Now Jay Hines. You see if this, set of players for San Fernando were able to go ahead and get something going, but the flag does go up for an offsides. As now it's time to go ahead and get those rotation players, those academy players in for San Fernando, and See if they're able to go ahead and get some type of confidence in there for themselves too. You see Surik here getting attended here for another injury, right? To his knee. You see that explosiveness from him that we're used to too. Ball in the air, brought down by number 41 from Montclair, making himself a presence here in the second half. The ball deflected off of a San Fernando player, back in possession. It is Montclair. What a great move, and ball leaves it back. And it goes Montclair once again. Number 66 has offense. They opens it up here with 27. Now ball inside the box here. See if Areola comes out to defend him. He does. They leave it back here. Now Isaac Flores defending. Back to number 2. And Montclair has no problem sending this one all the way back here and milking time off the clock as much as they can.
Yeah, milking time, but it's clear that when they decide to go up top, when the coach tells them to push forward, they're able to with ease. Right there, they managed to get a couple of sequences. They push San Fernando back into their side of the field. So it's like they're just toying with San Fernando. Like when they want to attack, they'll attack. When they want to give them the ball, they give them the ball. Complete control of this game, just waiting for the time to run out. And the final.
They're chaotically healthy, and they have a date and a ticket punch over with the UPSL final here. And here they come once again, but ball too far away as we have another substitution getting ready for San Fernando Valley as Andrew Garibian is going to make his way into this one. I still pushing forward here. Tries to send the ball up top, looking for Cristo referee, goalkeeper off his line. This was up top, all the way up top, and able to bring this down, but not before the ball goes out of bounds. Was Andreas Artemiu, and we'll have a substitution. So Cristo is going to make his way out this game, as well as Ozzy Toga. So Cristo Deras out of the game, and in the game is Andro Garibian, and into the game as well as is Nosa. So Coda Nosa in the game, and exiting the game is Cristo Deras. Folks, thank you so much for joining us, not just today, throughout the whole season. It's been a pleasure being able to go ahead and bring you the games and be part of the home of San Fernando Valley FC. We're obviously hoping to go ahead and end the season on another positive note, but regardless of it, it's been a great year, great goals we've been able to cover here, and we hope to bring you the same energy and coverage next year. But for San Fernando, this road does end early here. This road will come to an end. A great year without a doubt, as they've been once again one of the better teams throughout the league and demonstrating it week in, week out as to why. And a great paper, a great turnout, if you will, all the way to the end, other than this game here so far tonight. Free kick opportunity here for Montclair. We have 15 minutes to go here. 4-0 the score line in favor of the visiting side. A great game for the visiting team here at the Basin. They get a quick restart here. Dakota Nosa. Garibian as well putting pressure and see who wins it. It's going to be Artemiu. He's trying to step over it and it's going to get lost. And it's been that kind of game here for San Fernando here, folks.
Yeah, you mentioned we all have days where nothing works out for you, nothing goes the way you want it to. And it sucks that it for San Fernando it was this day, and for almost all the guys in the team. As you see, some of the players that we've used to seeing put great matches here in the valley, looking like ghosts of themselves, where just nothing goes the way you expect them to be.
Another player down for Montclair Academy as Dakota Nosa appears to be the player who took down the Montclair player. Seemed a little lot worse than it sounded, but that was the player.
Yeah, I think the ref has been too nice, too forgiving to San Fernando. I mean, if that's one of the positives you can bring by San Fernando is that they're gonna finish the game probably with 11 players. When I think this challenge and the one we were talking about a couple minutes ago should have been a second red. I mean, a second yellow and a red for the San Fernando player right here. The ref also forgives and protects the San Fernando player because this looked like a tough challenge too.
And you hear it from the head coach of Montclair, letting him know that he needs to protect the players. As you know, the head coach has a date in the final, but it does appear to be a lot more, you know, a lot worse than it appears. As the Montclair player is not. It's taking a while to get back up.
Yeah, and they ran out of subs, so it'll be interesting how if he can recover, how they'll handle the last 12 minutes of this match.
And I believe is number four from Montclair, who's had a great game too. I mean, the whole team overall for Montclair has had a great game, but if it is true, it's one of the starters here, and like you mentioned, they're out of substitutions.
And if we talked a lot about San Fernando and their dependence on one or two or three, four key players here for their performance, it's hard to pick a man of the match for Montclair as all of their players were on point, were giving their best game. And that's kind of what you want if you're coaching a team that's fighting a championship is that people don't depend on one player, but that the team relies on their team effort. And that's another positive for Montclair that other players have been so good that it's tough to pick one guy that just stands out because it's been a team effort. It reminds me of that PSG team that has won two Champions League now, where yeah, individually they're all good, but it's their collectiveness that's pushed them to win those championships. And this Montclair team, a reflection of that style of play, and a great job by their coach too.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say the whole team will be the player of the game here. And then we hear the head coach as well telling the fourth official that if he gave the yellow card 10 minutes ago, this isn't happening. And now they've had to go ahead and carry the player off as he's completely done and they have no more subs.
Yeah, I think the rest were trying to protect and let this game go clean with no red cards, but there's times where I think they need to come out just to protect the players, just as the coach for Montclair's letting the officials know we're here to protect us. But even this not going the way San Fernando would want, a team that's not known for being aggressive, for giving too many fouls or getting too many cards. Even that, it's against them now. If we had all the stats, it would just be very one-sided.
And we still have 10 minutes to go here, folks, too. So we're hoping that no more injuries coming out of this one. And for Montclair, we're hoping that injury doesn't affect them in the long run for the final. From what we saw, it doesn't seem like he'll be ready to go by next week. Great ball stolen here by San Fernando. Matias Bravo now has possession of it. So for San Fernando, get out of here and focus on the off season. Get yourself back into the competitiveness of tournament mode next year. But if you're Montclair, get out of here healthy. Isaac Flores brings down another player from Montclair, and as number two takes a while to get back down, another player who's had a great game.
4-1.
So Montclair, you want to get out of here already.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get out of here, get home, celebrate the win, and just be healthy as you can heading into the final next week.
Yeah, they're gonna have time to watch the final and study the teams that they could potentially face next week in that final, as you mentioned.
Yeah, 7:30 kickoff start for that other semifinal between the LA Soul Athletics and Long Beach City FC at Jesse Owens Stadium. So you're within the area, drive yourself over to Copstead, LA, and get a glimpse of the other great semifinal. And if you're Montclair, why not? You're out of the way. You're heading towards that way already. Might as well make a quick stop around the area and see who your opponent's going to be. And we saw the LA Soul Athletics too, 2 weeks ago. They're a great team. We've seen Long Beach City FC as well, but in terms of what we've seen, the cream of the crop, it's the LA Soul Athletics.
Gonzo, push the line.
So in here now for San Fernando, 4-0 the score line. See if they try to cut the lead a bit here, and ball's played back to the goalkeeper. Here's Vaughn. And now Matias Bravo. So a lot of injuries here tonight for not only San Fernando, now for Montclair as well. Here's Dakota. Nosa. Still pushing forward. He runs out of real estate. It's going to be a goal kick for Montclair. That type of game for San Fernando Valley here today.
Yeah, and if we could say some positives for San Fernando, I would stay with the captain, who's been a solid guy back there for San Fernando. I mean, despite the scoreline, he hasn't been responsible at all for any of the goals that came in, but he's a player that's been with the team since the first game to now their last game, hasn't missed a game, has been playing almost every single minute for San Fernando, and has done it very well. Unfortunately, he can't do everything for San Fernando, but he's been, to me, maybe one of the better defensive players of this division of the entire tournament, and a player that San Fernando's going to want to keep for next season.
As solid as it can be in the back, Rich Renayan, and his leadership is it's unmatched. Just the way he carries himself, the composure, and the way he leads the defensive effort, which I know for a fact is killing him inside to have allowed 4 goals here tonight. That they've been so solid throughout the whole season, throughout the whole year, and defensively, thanks to him as well, thanks to Urban Rivas, Art as well. It's a solid core defenders who, unfortunately to them, face injuries throughout this playoffs, and here they are. Ball floating away. And it's a through ball here, no flag. As the ball parks on the halfway of the field. Here comes Montclair looking for a possible fifth. Rich Manan's defending all over him. Going to go ahead and get some space now. Covered through and very well defended by Rich Manan. As the captain able to go ahead and prevent the 5th goal of the night. Very well recovery by the defender of San Fernando. Switches over to the opposite side now. Referee says, or rather, we have 4 minutes to go here, plus whatever the official wants to add on. I don't foresee it to be many here. As Montclair looking to go ahead and get a possible 5th goal, ball in the air, back into play, brings it is Vaughn into the boots of Rich Manayan.
Yeah, and even with 10 players, Montclair still looking more dangerous than San Fernando Valley FC. I think in the last sequence, the attacker ran out of gas, ran out of steam, and Richmond AM was able to just stand them up as they come here for another attack. Like I mentioned, with 10 players.
Yeah, they're still pushing forward here, looking for a possible fifth. Cross is going to be made. Down goes the Montclair player. Referee says no foul. As Isaac Flores leaves this one off to Richmond AM. Now with Jay Hines. Hines opens it up here. One of the last plays of the year for San Fernando Valley FC. And is led by Andreas Artemiu, but stolen away. Folks, once again, thank you so much for joining us throughout the year. My name is Jose Duran. I've been alongside Francisco Barboza, bringing you San Fernando Valley FC soccer throughout this whole campaign. It's been a pleasure calling San Fernando Valley FC soccer games with you. And here comes Jay Hines once more, and shot's going to be taken, deflected into the hands of the goalkeeper from Montclair. One of the things that stood out to me for all the year, another through ball here. See if Matias gets there, and it's a foul taken, and that is the way this game should end. Red card for Matias Bravo, and not the way you want to go ahead and end the year, but it's been that kind of game.
Yeah, that's not something we should praise at all. I understand you're losing this match, but that's not something you want to do at all. I think if they suspend them, they should suspend them a couple games because that's not how you want to leave the season. That's where you want to show that reflects your team.
10 men now with for San Fernando, and go back to what the head coaches keep saying, that this could have been prevented 10 minutes ago for the officials, but regardless of it, it's a red card in San Fernando. It's left with 10 players.
Yeah, ref or not, this is something you don't do at all. So the player just loses his cool.
And Montclair now looking for a fifth one. Shot's going to be taken over as the referee blows his whistle with 1 minute left into the game. Nothing else to play for, and that is a final 5-0 the score line, 4-0 the score line for San Fernando. And not so much, I think, thoughts of the game, but rather thoughts of the season. It was a great year for San Fernando up until this last game here. I mean, they battled. They were up top. They lost one game throughout the year, and they were on top with the LA Soul Athletics, of who was going to be number one, number two. We thought we were going to see them in the final, but just a horrible way to end the season due to injuries and all that.
Yeah, um, San Fernando just goes down back. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Just not even a shadow of what they had us used to here at home. A team that was always fighting with great transitions, possession of the ball. Unfortunately, that's not what we see here, and the better side is advancing to the final. You mentioned sometimes things don't go the way you want, but the worst things happen to San Fernando towards the end of the season. And Montclair uh, came and did an awesome job here, and they deserve a spot at the final. And for San Fernando, it sucks that this is the way their season ends.
Frustration all around for San Fernando. We see it from the captain Mitch Benayan exiting the game. Not the way they wanted to go ahead and end the season. But that is a wrap for us here in the Sepulveda Basin Sports Complex. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us. We'll be back for next season here at the Basin. But for now, it is over here at Sepulveda Basin Sports Complex. It is all Montclair as they come up victorious 4-0. On behalf of everyone here at Futbolando